I just was in the corner of the room, up in the ceiling on the left side. It's always the left side, above the door to that room. And I could see inside the room, just like if I were, alive in my body. I could see my mom sitting on the sofa. I could see myself laying on the sofa. And then I could see outside, I could see my father outside with an ambulance and an ambulance driver, EMT. I don't know if he was the driver specifically, but with an EMT. And they were talking. And I was wrapped in the arms of a female angel. And it was a beautiful moment. I felt all of the love that I felt in my second experience. She was over me, so her back would be up, if you will, and she was holding me like this. So I was underneath her, able to see the room, and I felt the tunnel behind me. And I remember looking at the tunnel, but I don't remember going into the tunnel. We stayed there in the corner of the room. And very interesting that in my second near-death experience, I learned that that was my mother-in-law. No accidents in life. I don't know if that's entirely true, but it's incredible to me that she would have been alive in that moment, awake in the same city I was in. And yet, in my near-death experience, here she is holding me wrapped in her arms. So it, to me, is an example of how that, our souls are in different places at different times. It's like one big soul, and you're just part of it. Parts of that larger soul are off, getting into shenanigans in other places. And so maybe that was just a different part of her core soul, if you will. So I woke up on the sofa. So it was a very short experience, but it definitely changed me. And I didn't feel myself go into the seizures. I just immediately popped out of my body and was looking at myself in the face. Didn't care at all that was me. It was like a Toyota Camry, and I was done. I'm selling it at the car lot, moving on to something better. It was just totally fine being out of my body. I had no pain, which was beautiful because I didn't have a body. And I was stepping into all of that feeling of love and being at home and being back in a more natural state because I had left my body. And all at the same time. This is all happening so quickly. I was only gone from this planet out of my body for 32 seconds, but I have a very extensive experience which would take much longer than 32 seconds. And this is part of it. This is an example of it. I exit my body, I'm looking at myself, and all that I'm about to tell you before I get into the tunnel is happening, as fast as I can snap my fingers, maybe faster. So I am looking at myself, I've exited my body, no real recognition that I'm dead, just feeling great, better all the time. The nurse is standing up from sitting in front of me, going through where my head would be, and I saw her face, and then I saw the back of her head as she kind of passed through me to go lower the table. I saw the doctor, I saw my husband, I heard them talking. I knew what they were thinking. So beyond just hearing, I was able to see outside of the room. If I thought about it, I was able to access it. I think that's the best way to say it. And I was also moving backwards in the same way to the upper left corner of the room as when I was young. Went to the same location. I was able to, look around the room from this height up there. So yes, it was very quick, but so rich with information. I got back into my body very suddenly. So at the end of my experience, my mother-in-law, who was holding me when I was a child and had my experience then, how beautiful is that? And also funny that my mother-in-law would say she has to go take care of the children, and I woke up in my body instantaneously. It was very interesting to wake up back in my body. I did not want to be there. I had seen during my NDE that if I chose to stay there, my family would be fine. My kids would grow up fine. My husband would do well. There would be grief and loss, but that I could communicate with them. And so I was feeling like from the other side, it would be okay. And the big part of that is that when you're on the other side, you have access to all this information. I can see their futures, and I can also understand this version of time that here everything seems to go by so slowly. But when you're on the other side, you can see that it's actually only an instant. I could see my whole life, and it was like a blink of an eye. When I'm living it here now, it seems like I'm plodding along and it's taking forever.